Hey there, Tamir from FibonacciTraders.com here. Welcome and thank you very much for joining another weekly top stocks to watch for the next week. Short week starting on Tuesday. Monday, it's closed. Now, if you missed my weekly recap video, please check it out. It's my recent video. You easily can find it. I went over SPY, Qs, IWM, Dow Jones, Apple, Tesla, and many more other interesting names with a trading plan for next week. In this week, I will go over my top stocks that I'm keeping my eyes on for the coming week. So, without further ado, please hit the like and subscribe, and let's see the charts. Adobe, ADBE, interesting price action. As we can see, 2 months of basically nothing, no trend, moving sideways up and below this 333 area, now reached once again this major trend line. This major trend line goes all the way back to 2021, and every time price reached this trend line, it got rejected. Now let's see if a sideways move, 2 months of a sideways move, can bulls finally break up above and close above this trend line, going first to this gap here at the 364, and maybe 374 will be next. In any case, we have levels to the upside and levels to the downside to manage the risk. AMAT, Applied Materials, back on my watch list because we can see 111, 112 area is a very tough resistance for bulls. So if market and the bullish sentiment on the market will continue, I'm expecting AMAT to break up and above, and then we will take long. But first, let's see a break up and above. And of course, everything you see and hear on this video and on my channel in general is for educational purposes only. Never follow blindly anyone on social media, paid or free services. No one knows better than you. If you did your homework and if you have a working strategy, check the links in the description below if you want to become your own indicator. Next is BBY, Best Buy. As we can see, we have here trend line that helps us to identify the higher highs on the short term. And now, if you are a pattern trader, you can see some kind of a cup handle. I'm waiting for a break above the 88 area, going retesting this trend line, and once it will break up and above, we can go long. But as we know, Fibonacci traders, we don't rely on any patterns. All we do is follow price, use levels and trend lines to manage risk. CCL, interesting area. Price is coming into this red box between the 1160, the 1060, sorry, to the 1150, 1160. Very interesting resistance area. I'm waiting for price to get into this area, closing this gap here, and then breaking up and above. And if it does, we have Fibonacci levels as a potential resistance for future price action, managing risk, waiting on this CCL above the 1170. eBay, another interesting name. As we can see, 57, 58 area just by looking left. Even if I take Fibonacci off, just look left, we have very interesting area of support and resistance for eBay. And now I'm waiting for a break up and above the 47, and then we have future potential resistance. And if we want to go short, it will be below the 45.30. Always prepare for both sides. Never be biased. Etsy, another interesting price action. If we take a look on the long run, we have this low here. We have low, higher low, higher low, high, higher high. So this means we are in an uptrend. But if we are not long yet, we have this trend line that acts as a very strong resistance for price action on the higher highs. So let's see, once price will reach to this area, let's see if it can break up and above, and then we can go long, or we can also go above Friday's highs, but we have 142.30 and this trend line overhead, so I prefer to wait to get out of this trend line up and above, and then we have 162 and 192 to the upside. HD back on my watch list. 333 just by looking left. Rejection, 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 and now once again price is at the 333. Breaking up and above, we can go long. Breaking below the 315, we can go short. Always prepare for both sides. Never be biased. Follow price and use levels to manage risk. Intel, INTC, the most interesting double bottom that I found. I went over, as I do each and every weekend, I go over around 500 to 600 names, and I found Intel a very interesting double bottom. If you find more interesting double bottoms or double tops, let me know in the comments below. What is the name that you find interesting, double top or double bottom? I will check and I will include it on my next video. So Intel with this double bottom off the 25 area now at the neckline on the 30, I'm expecting continuation to the upside if the general sentiment will continue to be bullish. We have all the way, we have this gap here at the 39 that I'm expecting it to get filled, because we know more than 80% of all gaps will get filled throughout time. It's a matter of time and patience. So let's see continuation to the upside towards the 39. JetBlue, another very interesting double bottom of the 611. Now we can clearly see 820 from support to resistance, long above it, and then we have Fibonacci levels. If we can take Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, now we have all the levels to the upside for a potential resistance for price action. LRCX, we have this trend line. Let's clear the chart. All we have is candlesticks and trend line, and we can clearly see that this trend line is holding as a strong resistance for the lower highs. Every time price starts and tries to break up and above, it gets rejection. Now let's see if price can break up and above, and then if it does, we have Fibonacci levels for a potential future resistance to manage our risk. No other indicators are truly needed. Why? Because all indicators out there, we have thousands and thousands of indicators, all of them are lagging behind price. So learn candlestick analysis. Candles are price. Become your own indicator. Stop following lagging indicators. Stop following anyone and be able to path your own way to become a successful and consistent trader. M, Macy's, as opposed to LRCX, which we had a downtrend, M, we have an uptrend that is acting as resistance for higher highs. But we also have this low here and we have a higher low here. So I'm expecting Macy's to go continuation to the upside with 2380 and this trend line as resistance for price action. If you want, you can wait for a break up and above, retesting, because this is what price action usually does. Once it breaks above a trend line, it retest it and going back up. So you can wait or you can go long above. If we go to the weekly, we can go above Friday's highs and manage the risk according to the levels and this trend line. Triple M is next. Another interesting name. If you are a pattern trader, also here, cup handle, we have this uptrend, retracement towards the 618 and the 50 area, bouncing. Now let's see continuation above the 130 area towards the 134, and then once it will break the 134, we can expect with high probability that the 143 area will be a very tough resistance. Only by looking left, it was a very important support. XHB, a very interesting ETF, the home builders ETF that I'm looking for the coming weeks, because look at the price action at the 67 area. Just by looking left, 67 was a very important support, resistance, and now once again price action is at the 67 area, closing up and above the 67, at least 2 days for me, closing above the 67, then I would go long with levels to the downside to manage the risk. I hope you find this video helpful. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe so I know to make more videos like this one. Once again, if you missed my weekly market recap, check it out. Until the next video, enjoy the rest of your weekend and stay safe.